any of these games worth playing? I keep banging on about Nintendo bringing more SEGA Genesis or MegaDrive games to the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack, and they've answered our prayers because they've added 3 brand new games to the sort of SEGA side of the online expansion pack. And well, I don't know any of them. I literally don't know any of them. But don't worry, because instead of just talking about them, because I don't know what they're about, I played them, so you don't have to, potentially. So what do I think of them? Okay, well, let's go over what there is first. So we get 3 games, and they are Alien Soldier. So the acclaimed developers at Treasure invite you to take on a role of a birdman with steel wings in his fight against 25 bosses. Okay, then we get Super Fantasy Zone, has you powering up the ever-appealing Opa Opa across 8 colourful planets, right? And then Light Crusader, also from Treasure, let nobility light your way through a lovingly crafted action RPG. So yeah, I've said this in other videos, I didn't have a SEGA Genesis or Mega Drive as a kid, but my friend did, so I used to go over there and play games. However, I've not played any of these games, and like I said, I played them for you, essentially. So Super Fantasy Zone, you're like this little spaceship. It's like a shoot 'em ups, kind of like left and right, like gotta shoot loads of stuff, dodge the bullets and whatever, and it's pretty fun. I mean, I played all of these with the SEGA Genesis controller, which made it so much more fun, I will say that. But yeah, I mean, it's okay. It's not something I'd probably sink a lot of time in. I kind of like these kind of games. Like, I'm a big fan of like Sign Mora. I like that kind of game. Like, it's a bit more intense. This one's really hard because everyone knows that older games are just more difficult. It's just the way it is, right? And the hit markers on this are really specific. So if you get anywhere near anything, well, then that's it, dead. You get 3 lives and then it's game over and you have to start again. And you kind of just go like left and right and you have to like blow up stuff to then reveal the boss. I absolutely sucked at this game. I did. I'm not gonna lie. I sucked at this game. I couldn't get past the first boss. But you know, I only tried it maybe 4 or 5 times and then I was like, right, okay, I suck. So I'm not gonna keep going on this. I'm just gonna play one of the other games. But yeah, if you like the sort of side-scrolly, like shoot 'em up stuff, well then you're probably gonna enjoy this. It was fun, but I don't know, I just found it a little bit boring, so sorry if you like that. Okay, next up was Light Crusader. Now this is like a full-blown RPG, right? So you have a lot of text going on. You've got to go and like do missions and quests for people. You go and find items. Is that like a strange sort of perspective? And you can jump onto stuff. So like you can jump onto like, I don't know, people's chest of drawers and then onto the top of their beds to go steal their potion on top of their wardrobe. It was like a bit weird. I mean, I don't know where the ceiling is, but apparently the ceiling is like infinitely high. Or maybe you just shrink when you land on the top of a wardrobe. Who knows? But yeah, I mean, I really wasn't expecting to like this game because I love RPGs, but like old school ones can be incredibly grueling and boring. But I mean, within the first sort of like 10 minutes, I was having fun. Like what I loved straight away was the first time you get to play, you can push people down the stairs. And I know that's a little bit mean, but it was kind of funny, right? And then I pushed the cat in front of the throne because the cat is king, okay? That's just the way it is. But yeah, I mean, you walk around town, you can go and purchase stuff, you can talk to people, like people have got problems and stuff. I just kind of like ran away, found a random dungeon, and then all of a sudden there's some like little green blobs that you can attack, and you've got like potions on you and you can get stuff, like they drop loot, which was kind of cool. And I had a lot of fun in this little dungeon. I was like running around, I could like jump across the platforms. Platforming is a little bit more difficult because like I said, you're at this odd perspective, so you have to really like understand what direction you're pushing and how far you can jump. You can kind of gauge it by the shadow, but you know, it might be a bit tricky for you if you're not used to old school games. But I really like this. There's like a chest up the top of like a platform. You have to like jump around these floating areas to like get to it. Pretty cool. And then you go into like a certain area and then all the doors and stuff get locked because there's like 3 like gremlin things that come in and you've got to kill them. And then you go and like save some dude that's like, you know, taped up onto a pole. Like, it's actually really fun. And to be honest, I went into this thinking, no, this sucks. I'm just going to play it for like 5 minutes. I probably played it for like half an hour in total. And I was like getting gripped into it because it was actually quite fun. And the controls to me after like 5 minutes actually made a lot of sense. And it was just fun. Like, I've no experience with this game at all. I imagine there's some sort of following, otherwise why are Nintendo like releasing it, right? I don't know. But to be perfectly honest, I could see myself, if I had time, sitting down and playing quite a lot of this game, because it's like a very basic version of like Elder Scrolls, right? That kind of thing. So yeah, if you're into RPG games, well then you might actually really enjoy this one. And then finally, we've got Alien Soldier. Now, this blew my mind. I've never played this before. I've heard the name, but I've never played it before. And it's so cool. Like, it's so cool. It's like a side-scrolling like shooter again, but you're actually, instead of being like a spaceship, you're on the floor. It's very reminiscent of like Metal Slug or maybe Contra or something like that, but it's sci-fi. So you're this like weird flying dude, and the controls, like there's so many controls and they all made sense. I mean, it took a while for me to get my head around them. To be honest, I probably didn't even get my head around them, but I definitely enjoyed playing it because you can swap your weapons. Before you like start, you can actually assign the weapons. You get 4 weapons that you can choose from, and then you've got this like scrolling wheel that you can like pop up at any time and change weapons. I didn't like the fact that you didn't have unlimited ammo, so you do have limited ammo. That kind of annoyed me, but I suppose it makes it even more difficult, which is kind of fun because it keeps you on your toes, and you just go around shooting stuff. You can hover, you can like turn upside down and run across like the ceilings and stuff. Like all the different weapons do different stuff. It was really cool. I really liked it, but definitely check out those controls and test them out before you actually jump into the game, because it is quite hard. Now again, I absolutely sucked at this game. Like, I've never played it before. I couldn't get my head around the controls that well, and I kept dying on the first boss again. But I had a lot of fun. I replayed it a bunch of times, and I just wanted to experience it. But so far, like, I enjoyed the controls, I enjoyed the like play style, everything felt good, and it ran well. None of these games, I didn't get any like stuttering or any lag or anything. I didn't play like anything online. I don't even know if you can on any of these, but yeah, I had quite a lot of fun. So they're the 3 games that are new to the Sega Genesis or Mega Drive side of the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack. It's really nice to see some more games coming. I found it very odd that the Nintendo 64 side of it gets one heavy hitting game every sort of like 3-4 weeks, which is nice, but the Sega Genesis stuff seems to be like a lot longer, but then we seem to get like 2 or 3 games at a time, which I suppose is fine, but for me, it's kind of weird because I don't know any of these games. I'd like to see some more games that I know. I imagine we'll get some more over time, but to be perfectly honest, they did surprise me. I enjoyed Alien Soldier and the RPG one like way more than I expected, and it's just nice to have. I've got the Sega Genesis controller, and it's so much fun like playing on that. There's so much nostalgia there, even though I don't know these games. And if you're a fan of old school games, well then, first of all, go down there and subscribe, but second of all, go and watch this video just here, which is about Konami bringing over a bunch of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games in like a big pack collection thing. So go and watch that video to find out more about that. And make sure to subscribe because we upload all the time and you don't want to miss out. Just do it. Come on.